All right, here we go. So this is Jackie, and I'm here with Tom Goss. Tom, where are you located today?
I'm in Los Angeles. I'm actually at home.
Because I don't think you have any choice. Is that correct?
No, I do not. Well, I'm in California, so we pretty much have to be at home, which is good and bad. It's been really nice hanging out with my husband. I've essentially been in this house for a week already. We kind of saw the writing on the wall, and it's been nice to hang out with my husband, although it definitely gets a little boring sometimes. I'm trying to funnel that into creativity.
I was gonna say, I think you are making good use of it. I'm trying to make good use of it as well. Like when you're confined to a small space, I have a 1-bedroom apartment. You got to move around.
Yeah.
Not so easy to do in a small space.
No, it's hard, and so obviously you know that I was late to my own interview because I got the times wrong, and I was doing a workout. I've been trying to figure out like how do I do these like in-home workouts, and so they've been really bored. And you know how when you're working out at home, I can only speak for myself, but I assume other people you're like, I'm doing a great workout. I'm there. You're like, I'm tired. I'm done. And then you just go grab like a nutty bar or something like that. You like start eating it. So
no idea what you mean.
So I thought like if I stream my workout live, then like people are watching me and I have to be accountable to it, right? So I just did stream to workout live. It was actually really great. I did 4 sets of 15 burpees. I did 60 burpees and then 4 sets of 25 squats, and that's it. And I feel like my body like great, super great.
And you've checked the box for the day. You're good. You've won your award. Your gold star. You're good. So I think I already know the answer to this question, but I've been asking everybody today, like, how are you feeling? How's your mindset right now?
You know, I've been struggling the past couple of days. I really have been, and it's just been tough. Like, I think as an artist, especially as like a touring artist, so much of our energy comes from other people, from meeting people, from hearing their stories, from telling our stories and seeing the reaction to those stories and the energy brought back to us. So I've been struggling, but I'm working on this. I was talking with my assistant and a guy who I work with on socials, and we started cooking up this really exciting new idea, which we're not quite there yet. I talk all about it, and so I woke up and I'm like amped. Like I got this new project. We're going to create this global music video and this global song, and people are going to be able to do it from their own home. And so I'm really stoked about that. So I'm actually feeling like I'm in a great place now. I've been finishing up projects that I've been working on for like 6 months, and it's been nice to tick off those boxes and be like, that video's done, that song's done. That's been great, but it's also like, those have been in my ecosystem already, so they kind of don't feel new and fresh, and this feels new and fresh. And so I'm feeling great today, but talk to me in a couple hours.
Well, and then if we make the mistake of picking this up, I feel like this has a lot of control, pardon the pun, to really kind of either help let us tune out and be distracted or kind of ratchet up our emotions. So, keeping active and working.
Well, I don't have a TV. I don't even own a TV. So that's
You're
great.
Fine.
But I do have a Switch, and I may have spent about $200 on new games in the past week. And I also realized that like I can play with my friends. So like I bought Mario Kart, and then I just played with some friends for like hours, and they were getting mad at me because I love trash talking. We played like 8 games, and I won every single one of them, And then he wouldn't talk to me before, but because he was like, I lose when I talk to you. So after every game, I would call him and talk shit on him, and it was really very, very fun. Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes the outlets don't have to be all that deep to be effective.
No, you know what? I'm constantly in search of my elementary school self. Like I feel like when I see children, they're the happiest. They're living in the moment. They're enjoying what they do. They don't realize that the thing that they do and that they love isn't cool yet, and they can get beat up for it or judged for it or whatever. And so they just are enjoying the moment. So when adults don't play anymore. Like, you remember like you used to wake up and you'd be like, hey, Johnny, what are you doing? You want to go play? Like, you didn't have an agenda. You weren't like, oh, okay, well, let's go on Yelp and let's find where the best brunch spot is. Like you and Johnny were just like, you enjoyed each other's company and you knew that whatever was going to happen in those moments was going to be fun. And so like I'm constantly chasing that. Unfortunately, I'm 38 years old, so like people just want to like eat or drink, which is fun. I'm down with all of that, but I also just want to run around in the park too, which people are like, my knees hurt, and I'm like, yeah, mine do too. You know?
But as a 39-year-old, I feel like I'm all for that park right about now too.
Yeah,
So
let's do it.
I think it's a great idea, getting people out. And when we have to socially distance ourselves, I feel like
Yeah.
now we need to play.
I've got an idea. I've got it. Chalk, and you remember Foursquare?
Yes.
So you could literally not leave your square. I guess you touched you would put plastic gloves on your hands. You could play Foursquare with other people. The squares wouldn't quite touch each other. You'd have to put like a bumper in between the squares. But that would totally work. That would totally work.
I think the time that we're dealing with and the things that we're dealing with are really calling for more creativity.
Yeah.
I do video interviews with bands on tour. I can't do that. And I had, some long time on the couch where I was like, woe is me, this really sucks. What am I going to do for the next, I'm trying to be realistic, several months.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, all right, we're going to use technology. The quality of the video might suck, but it's the quality of the conversation that really matters. So
exactly.
I think we should not worry about what we look like, what we sound like, but just kind of how we feel, I think, is the most important right now. But speaking of being creative, you have new music out. You just launched your video for Quebec, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the video, because it stars an actor from one of my favorite films. By the way, it's Friday, so I'm wearing yellow, but Wednesday I wore pink, even if I was by myself.
Well, yeah, it stars Danny Franzese from Mean Girls fame, and it's the middle piece to a three music video arc of a story, where I go to Berlin, and I fell in love. I mean, this is autobiographical, so sorry if I changed tenses. But I went to Berlin and I fell in love with a man other than my husband, and it was amazing and beautiful, but also really frightening because I knew what was happening in the moment that it was happening. And I came home and I told my husband, and we did our best. We were just doing our best to work through it. And it was really a struggle. And then we were away on Thanksgiving, and we decided to drive up to Quebec City and just get a couple days away to reconnect. But it was really hard and really sad. And we had this like really nice dinner the first night, and we were walking down the street, and it's late November in Quebec, so it's cold and icy. And my husband turned to me and he said, "We are not us. There is another us to us. We are not special. We are no longer special," which still is, and I would be. I guess I hope that nothing had ever sadder is ever said to me in my life, because that was the saddest thing that's ever been said to me in my life. And I just kind of sat with that. Like, it didn't really, we were going through a lot of therapy and really trying to hear each other and understand each other. And I really just wanted to listen and understand him in that moment and let those words hit me really deeply. So much so that I immediately wrote them down and turned them into the chorus of the song, word for word. But yeah, so the video tells the story of the two of us being disconnected and our world being turned on its head, and then us just really, I think that as humans, we get into these situations where we have these feelings and these emotions, and we do our best to run away from them or to avoid them, and really both of us just sat in them and waited in them, and we're with each other in them until we came out the other side of them. And that's really what the video does. And Danny has been such a pleasure to work with. This is the second video that we've done together. And he'll be in the next one called Regretting as well, which hopefully comes out next month. But everything's kind of in flux right now, so I'm not really sure. We'll see.
And what is the status of your album Territories? Is that sort of in limbo when that's going to be out?
No, that's out.
That's out. Gotcha.
That's out. That's okay. Yeah, you can go. You can stream it on all platforms: Amazon, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to music. That's where you'll hear it. But the album Territories is really that's the same story that these three music videos that I'm talking about, directed by Nathaniel Sari, is kind of a synopsis of the record, which is 15 tracks and kind of goes into a lot of different moments and experiences that I had during this same story.
And so you mentioned, you can listen to Territories wherever you stream music, and I feel like bands and artists are becoming really creative, especially in the past week, of sharing music. They've been doing couch concerts and other ways of streaming. How are you reaching out to fans at this time? I did see you on Facebook. What other ways are you using to sort of?
I mean, I'm streaming every day. I'm doing live shows every day, and people are finding them really helpful. They'll be on Facebook and Instagram. I've been streaming them both at the same time. And I know they're great for me, honestly, as an extrovert. Last night I was feeling really shitty. And I went on and I did my live stream, and I was immediately having the best time. And I was interacting with people. And I know it's not me walking in your door and giving you a big hug. I know that. But I'm still seeing you and seeing you comment and talk to me on Facebook or on Instagram makes me smile, because it makes me remember who you are, and I love your energy still. I'm still getting that, and I think that people are getting that from me. So in addition to the live streaming that I'm doing every day, I also am going to work on this global song and global music video, which I hopefully will really uplift people's spirits, because it's going to be a fun one.
Is it easier or more difficult to interact with fans right now?
Both, really. It's honestly easier because people are online. So when you stream, people are there, and when people are really longing for interaction right now, and I and myself included. And so they hop on and they're excited to be communicating, and I think that's really great. And they're seeing my face, and they're seeing what I'm doing, and they're hearing me sing, and I'm just playing everything, so I'm fucking up songs left and right, which is kind of fun. Like, I think that's the thing that sometimes you get lost when you have a finished product out, is it's so perfect. And art is messy, and life is messy, and I think that's really fun to laugh at myself and to have people laugh at me, and then somebody says a joke, and so in that way it's actually easier. But I'm not performing live in front of people. My gigs are canceling, so I'm not seeing people. I'm not laughing with people. I'm not talking to people at the merch table or having dinner with people or just meeting new people. Every person that I meet, I hope that we can become great friends and they can impact my life greatly. And that's not happening. I mean, I'm lucky to be here with my husband. He's really sweet. Hey, sweetie pie. But he annoys me sometimes. So it's my interview, sweetie.
But speaking of that, I feel like if anything else besides being creative, we need to have a sense of hope. What gives you hope in this weird time?
That's a really good question. I will always believe in the goodness of this global community. I've been struggling with watching press conferences and seeing how our leadership is leading, and I'm going to put air quotes around that, because it's honestly given me pause in terms of the state of humanity and the state of the nation in which I live. And so for me, I think that's been one of the things that's really been getting me down. But I will say, when I act with individual people on a day-to-day basis, and I interact with people on live streams or phone calls, it's been really great to reconnect with friends and FaceTime people. And now I have all these friends on Nintendo Switch. That's given me hope. It's given me hope that people are choosing individual connection rather than isolation and sadness. And even in my isolation and even in my sadness, I'm still choosing to connect, and that gives me hope for the global community.
I love that. We're all in this together. So please keep doing what you're doing and stay in touch.
Thank you.